on getting last night's overtime loss to Boston out of their system. They had a 13-point lead with just under 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, but couldn't hold it. The Celtics win it in OT 122-118. 44 points from Celtics forward Jason Tatum. Anthony Davis had 37 points and 12 rebounds, but he missed two crucial free quarter. The Clippers, who beat the Celtics by 20 Monday night, are back in action tonight against Minnesota. It looks like free agent wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. is not going to play this season. The Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, and Buffalo Bills have decided not to sign Beckham. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. This sports report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, we're a slam dunk. Call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website at themvp.com for a free case review.
When you're the victim of a car accident, hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation.
Call on me, your MVP. All I need is one mic.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. Over the course of this year, I have delivered a number of editorials. LA City Councilman Mark Ridley Thomas. In each editorial, I laser focused on three bedrock principles of our democracy: due process, the presumption of innocence, and fundamental fairness. The recent settlement of Ridley Thomas's compensation claim is a major victory for due process, the presumption of innocence, and fundamental fairness, to which we are all entitled. This settlement represents a tacit acknowledgement by the City of Los Angeles that City Controller Ron Galperin, aided and abetted by City Attorney Mike Feuer and former City Council President Nuri Martinez, who was forced to resign in disgrace, excessively abused their power. Their actions were not just legally wrong, they were harmful to Ridley Thomas's legal defense. You cannot accuse an individual, take away the seat to which they were duly elected, their health care in the midst of a pandemic, I might add, their pension and their salary, then tell them that income and somehow expect that they will have the resources to fight and defend their good name. It was preposterous then, and in retrospect, it's even more outrageous now. Much of the blame for this travesty of justice rests squarely on the shoulders of Nuri Martinez, who allowed her personal political ambitions, racial animosity, and thirst for power to override good governance and good judgment. It was abundantly clear on that now infamous leaked audio tape that Martinez wanted to punish and tarnish Ridley Thomas, and she did, but she ruined herself in the process. Big Mama always said, God don't like ugly, and he ain't fond of cute. Once Nuri Martinez's toxic leadership was no more, the council quickly and correctly moved to resolve an injustice born in part by their own rush to judgment and abdication of responsibility of restoring honor and trust. In March, Ridley Thomas will finally have his day in court and a chance to restore his good name. For KBLA Talk 1580, I'm Tavis Smiley. We welcome your comments.
I jump up on the stage and do my money dance. I throw some money out and watch the money land. I do my money dance. I do my money dance. I jump up on the stage and do my money dance. I throw some money out and watch the money land. I do my money dance. I do my money dance.
Welcome to Wealth Building Wednesdays, where we center Black, women, and BIPOC-owned businesses. highlight opportunities and initiatives for underrepresented entrepreneurs and center socially innovative enterprises, building generational prosperity, fostering real networking, and recycling black dollars. It's Wealth Building Wednesdays on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes, indeed. On a Wealth Building Wednesday, I want to remind you that we are practicing Black Xmas, where we build black, bank black, and buy black. You can find out more at BLM Los Angeles on social media or also on the Black Lives Matter LA website. Build black, bank black, buy black. And there is a list of verified black-owned businesses that you could buy from. That's what we're asking that you do at this moment, that you buy black, because that is the key to building wealth now and generationally. And that is what we are all about. That's why we focus on the Wealth Building Wednesday piece. There is plenty of black businesses here in LA and around the country, and there are many services that can help you find a black business near you. There's 1-800-UNITE-US, which is a number you can call for black businesses, and certainly Black Lives Matter. LA and Black Lives Matter grassroots across the nation is practicing Black Xmas. Shop black, shop Lamert Park, or a black neighborhood, a black-owned business near you. So please do spotlight today a business and a business owner that started 17 years ago with dreams and aspirations. She grew up in fashion. She wanted to create a space of her own, bringing women together through a connecting thread that is fashion. Her store is a blend of Afrocentric, carefree, Brooklyn, bohemian, fashion-forward goodness. It's a reflection of her own personal style and an amalgamation of the influences she's been touched by growing up. You're going to love, love, love it. I am talking about Runway Boutique LA, and Fatima Dodson is joining us. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Dominique.
Well, happy holidays to you, and I know this is a big, big time for small businesses like yours. So talk to me about Runway Boutique LA and what we might find in there for the holidays.
Runway Boutique is an oasis of beautiful vintage, contemporary, handmade items. We have a lot of lovely accessories. We have self-care items. There's beautiful wallets, clothing, hair wraps. We have just about everything for everybody.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great point. I forgot about all the accessories, earrings. There's at least 3 or 4 necklaces that I need to go back in there and get. You also have these really cool sort of, vintage items, but also some crafty stuff like that, hand-painted hats and things.
Yes, we have hand-painted hats, fedoras, boleros, a great wide range of hats from simple to embellish and to the hand-painted.
And for those of you who saw the cover that we did, KBLA did at Sweet Life LA, ran into Fatima's store, Runway Boutique LA, and said, help, 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 I need to be styled for this cover. And she actually helped me out. Like, within seconds, I had a cute outfit for the cover shoot.
And that outfit was beautiful. You look beautiful in that cover.
Well, thank you. Thank you for making me not look just, common. Plain, basic. I didn't want to be basic.
It was an honor.
How is business? Runway Boutique LA is in West Adams neighborhood, which is, to me, an interesting blend of gentrification and also black excellence and creativity. How's business, and what is? Talk to me about that business district.
So I've been on West Adams for 4 years, moving from Miracle Mile, and I seem to moved over at the beginning of the change and the improvement and the mixing of bringing more small businesses to West Adams. It's been quite an interesting journey, and immediately I decided to immerse myself in the community with different events and just really getting to know the community, the old community and the new community. So there's, a lot of small businesses, hotels, galleries, restaurants that are coming and creating a new community in West Adams. So it's actually been a journey, and that's where I decided to create Brown Sugar on Adams, the market, because West Adams did not have a community market. So it's been quite an experience, a good one, and getting to know my neighbors and the residential neighbors and the business neighbors.
Tell us what Brown Sugar on Adams actually is. And by the way, aside from the thank you that I owe you for that cover shoot, we as KBLA owe you a thank you. You did one of the very, very first events that we participated in as a new station, which is Head Wraps in the Park, which was amazing and so much fun. So talk to me about what Brown Sugar on Adams is.
So Brown Sugar on Adams is a market that I created and curated that showcase other small businesses and also gives the community a community experience they can walk to and enjoy, bring their family to. So we have food trucks, we have vendors, we have music with a live DJ. It's something that we are doing for the holidays so people come shop small and local.
I love that, and I love being able to access a lot of small businesses all together. Together we are mightier. And talk to me. Well, first of all, tell us where you are. What are your hours? Because everybody's in shopping. Well, not everybody, but a lot of folks are in shopping mode right now. So let's steer them to your beautiful little store.
Okay, so the address of the store is 4755 West Adams Boulevard. That will be in between Palm Grove and Vineyard. And the market that we're hosting this Saturday is at 2600 South La Brea Avenue. That's on the corner of Adams and La Brea.
That's an addition of the Brown Sugar?
That is the Brown Sugar market. So we have the address to the store, and then we have the address for the market that is happening this Saturday. So
store is 4755 West Adams. It's tiny. You got to pay attention. But once you get in, it's like a whole world. I can't believe how you've transformed this little space, and you've got a ton of things in there. But it doesn't feel cluttered. It feels like a beautiful artistic experience. Yeah. And then the Brown Sugar on Adams is 2600
South La Brea.
South La Brea, right at Adams.
Right.
What hours is that market going? I'm definitely going.
So that's this Saturday, and we love to see you there. It's this Saturday from 11 to 4 p.m. And we have an array of different vendors and small businesses, from body care to clothing to kimonos to jewelry. We have just about everything for you.
I love your stuff. I feel like you always get me to try something that I probably wouldn't pick out, and then I end up loving it. It's my favorite thing, and I get a ton of compliments on it.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, that's our goal at Runway. We really want people to step outside of their box and try something new and find happiness with it.
Well, you also have a mix of vintage and new stuff. You have a really nice vibe. Can people shop online at Runway Boutique LA?
Yes, they can. Our website is shoprunwayboutiquela.com, and there you can find even more exciting, vibrant pieces.
Well, how can we help? Tell us how to put our arms around Runway Boutique LA. I love your store. I love to see that not only are you an incredible Black-owned business, but you're supporting other small businesses, Black-owned businesses with some of the stuff you sell in your store and with the markets that you're putting together. How can we help make sure that you thrive? We don't want you going nowhere, Fatima Dodson.
And we plan on staying here. We love LA. We love being a part of the community. The biggest and best thing anyone can do is tell a friend. That's the biggest compliment and the biggest help is tell someone about us. Come to support, come shop, and I'm pretty sure we'll be able to find something that you love.
And if you're not a fashion expert like me, if you're fashion delayed, Fatima will help you without making you look like you're doing too much.
Yes. We are. It's a team effort. We got you.
All righty. So I so appreciate your checking in with us. I congratulate you. As you mentioned, you had a run mid-city. Now you're having another super successful run on Adams, and I love to see you as a business leader in this community just thriving. And I hope all of us will make sure that happens. Runway Boutique LA, 4755 West Adams. Brown sugar on Adams. That's Adams and La Brea Saturday, 11 to 4. And you can shop online, not that I'm doing it right now, at shoprunwayboutiquela.com. Fatima Dodson, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Yes, indeed. Shop, shop, shop. That is our Wealth Building Wednesday on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Have you been court ordered to take parenting classes? Call 323-804-8469 for February 6th, courtesy of Strengthening the Black Village, a nonprofit organization.
IRS, 3 letters that strike fear into everyone, and for a good reason. The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth, and being in debt to the IRS can have serious consequences. Oftentimes, it begins with the IRS sending you a collection letter and then escalates. And before you know it, they're garnishing your paychecks, seizing your bank accounts, even your home or business could be at risk. But thankfully, there's Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 most trusted tax relief firm. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients, A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their tax professionals have the expertise and experience to help you put your tax debt to rest. Call now and get your free consultation today.
Call 800-919-9077. 800-919-9077. 800-919-9077.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Did you know that LA County Library has free Wi-Fi at all 85 library locations? That's right, free Wi-Fi. Now they also parking lots at participating locations. Visit a participating LA County Library location, park in a library parking spot, bring your own device to the Wi-Fi, and you're ready to connect with your friends and family, do some online shopping, browse your social media accounts, answer emails, do your homework, and so much more. You won't need a library card to connect, but you can sign up for one while you're there and get access to free books, ebooks, music, movies, and more. For additional information, log on to lacountylibrary.org/Wi-Fi, lacountylibrary.org/Wi-Fi, that's lacountylibrary.org/Wi-Fi.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
Oh my, the conversation continues right now with you if you get on this phone and call me 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. Where to start? So much is going on. Do you have our app? I know that you do. If you don't, that must mean you're new to KBLA, and we welcome you. The app is available wherever you get your apps. Google Play, whatever it is, the Microsoft Store, or you can get them at the Apple Store. You can tell I'm an Apple kid. Okay. And we have all of our podcasts there. So if you missed, for example, my conversation with Dr. Harry Douglas, if you missed my conversation with Money B the other day, that was a great one. If you didn't hear the interview with, we can go back, Imani Perry. There's so many good conversations there. You can just go on the app, hit the podcast button, and pick my show and then scroll through. Of course, everyone else's shows are up there too. You can hear any of your best of Tavis Smiley and etc. Ahead of the crypto curve if you're trying to bone up on your crypto knowledge. And this seems like it would be a good time to do that given all the crazy that's going on. Also, you can get our podcast wherever you find yours, Spotify, Apple Music, all the places you get your podcasts. We are there. Just type in KBLA 1580. A lot of good things going on. I guess today is the day that Morocco is playing against France. I'm saying it with a question mark because the World Cup is international schedule, so maybe it already happened. If it did, I hope Morocco won. It's amazing because Morocco, is both an Arab country and it is an African nation, and they're getting, no, it hasn't happened yet. Okay, good. Well, go Morocco. They're getting a lot of love from the Arab world. Everybody's kind of uniting behind Morocco, but also from Africa, because Morocco is on the continent, it's on the motherland. So, and the crazy thing is Morocco is playing France today for a chance to be in the World Cup final, which is a huge deal. For an African nation to be in the World Cup final, huge deal. Interesting for a Muslim nation to be in the World Cup final, huge deal. And they will be playing against their former colonizer, France. So, wow, exciting, exciting for many reasons. And that's going on today, that match. I'm not sure what time, but I'll figure it out before I get off the air and let you know. I'm also happy to hear about the pro-union moves that are being made in this country. Yes, it was really sad to see what the Biden administration did to those rail workers, forcing them to sign a contract. I understand the reasons behind it. You can't afford another supply chain hit. You can't afford for inflation to go up. But why can't we force the hand of these corporations instead of always forcing the hand of the workers? That said, today I am celebrating that the National Labor Relations Board made a ruling yesterday that they are going to increase the fees and the penalties that they can get from employers who fire you for union organizing. And this is a big deal because activists have been trying to get this in place for a long, long time. In the past, if a company messed with you for organizing a union and they were ruled to be in the wrong, what would happen is the National Labor Relations Board would demand that they rehire you and pay you back wages, which is a drop in the bucket. Now they can charge them for all kinds of things, including financial harm that they got as a result of the company illegally firing them. They can be charged for lots of different things, and this is particularly going to impact big companies like Starbucks and Amazon that are currently seeing organizing efforts across the country and who have been accused by workers, credibly accused, of firing the people who organize those drives, of retaliating against them by sending them to different sites in order to break up the union unit there, of downgrading them, of different, giving them terrible schedules, different kinds of payback in order to stop union organizing in its tracks. And Starbucks and Amazon have been very, very aggressive in their anti-union tactics. So now they can ask for health care, whatever health care that worker had to pay for because of being wrongfully terminated, child care costs, they can be charged for immigration paperwork, visas, lost investment income, legal fees that they had to spend to defend against the unpaid bills that they accrued from being fired for union organizing. And that means you'll have to go to the Labor Relations Board, and their top prosecutors will collect the evidence from you of harm, and then they will seek those financial remedies from the company. That, to me, is just really good news. I think it's part of a pro-labor movement, hopefully era that we are having. Okay, a little above my pay grade perhaps, but scientists have got a breakthrough in the production of energy, something called nuclear fusion. And apparently this is the way that the sun creates energy, by taking energy out of matter. All matter is composed, apparently, mostly of energy. Everything is energy. Your vibration, it's real. It's not just New Age problem. Anyway, at the Lawrence Livermore lab in California yesterday, they announced that they have been able to finally pull energy. I'm saying it in the really layman's terms because I'm not a big, I'm not Dominique, the science guy. But basically, they've finally been able to pull more energy out of the matter than it took to get the energy out. In other words, they had a net gain in extracting energy from matter. That's good news, because if you spend more energy to get energy than you make, then that's not a source. This could be, it's a big deal scientifically, because it could be leading us to a means of producing energy that is not dirty, does not create this type of energy, does not create the nuclear waste that lasts forever, or greenhouse gases. It's the same way the sun makes energy. Of course, it's a very small first step, but it gives us a peek ahead of how sustainable, green, reliable energy sources could also be based on scientific breakthroughs. It doesn't have to be only based on what we have right now in our country. The United States is planning to send a Patriot missile defense system to Ukraine. The Biden administration's finalizing their plans. They're going to be sending them, they're saying, as early as this week. I hate that. Stop the violence, increase the peace. I wish that we would be putting as much energy as possible into de-escalating and winding down that war. Elon Musk, man, is Elon Musk the new Kanye West? Or is Elon Musk the new, I don't know. Anyway, he's got the subscription checkmark thingy back, the Twitter Blue. Now they're saying they're hand verifying, because so many people were posing as him or the Pope or whatever and paying their little $8 a month to be verified that they are, Donald Trump or whoever they decide to say they are. Now they're saying they're going to individually verify those with human power. Yeah, well, we'll see about that, because where are they going to get this people power since Musk fired everyone? Just saying, including the former head of safety for Twitter, who apparently has gone into hiding. His name is Yoel Roth. He fled his home because Elon Musk said that he supported online sexualization of children. Musk owns Twitter. He can say whatever he wants now on there. And in literally endangering people's lives, he's getting threats, and he had to take his family into hiding because people on the internet were, bringing out the pitchforks, the old angry mob. Interesting that the police chief of LA is blaming Kanye for online hate when there's an actual billionaire who owns the platform who's pushing white supremacy. He was booed on stage with Dave Chappelle, roundly booed, and then went on Twitter and pulled a 45th president of the United States move, like, I have the biggest crowds. It was one of those where he said there were actually more people cheering for him than booing, even though all you can hear on the tape is really loud booing. And Chris Rock tells him to say, I'm rich, something that rhymes with rich, and I'm not going to say it on the radio. And then he complied, which was also, I think, probably not a good idea. But, hey, to me, the issue is, hate crimes, hate, racism, white supremacy, they're all part of a package deal. When you see the rise of racism and white supremacy in our country, of course it's going to be accompanied by a rise in hate crimes. That is white supremacy. It ain't even just Twitter, and it's definitely not just Yay. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
Quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
Good morning, I'm Ray Harris, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Health experts are worried that trio respiratory diseases will get worse in the United States in the coming months. Pharmacist Natasha Patel says their drugs are almost gone with no refills coming.
I actually was fortunate enough to get these from our secondary wholesalers.
Some people are taking it seriously, while others say they're overwearing the mask.
I've been through Omicron twice, fully vaccinated and I would wear it, but not otherwise. No, I don't want to wear it.
Dozens of websites have been shut down by the Department of Justice over illegal World Cup match streams. The World Cup is the most watched sporting event globally, with 5 billion viewers around the world expected to watch this year's tournament. And that's the latest. I'm Ree Harris on your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, at BINnews.com.
At Lowe's, every pro is an MVP to us. MVP's Pro Rewards members visit Lowe's now and earn bonus points on select products and brands like Power Pro. Then redeem for Lowe's gift cards and more. Offer valid through 1/8/23. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts if any. Subject to program terms. Points expire 12/31/23.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Lakers will have a hard time getting last night's overtime loss to Boston out of their system. They had a 13-point lead with just under 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, but couldn't hold it. The Celtics win it in OT 122-118. 44 points from Celtics forward Jason Tatum. Anthony Davis had 37 points and 12 rebounds, but he missed 2 crucial free throws with 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Clippers, who beat the Celtics by 20 Monday night, are back in action tonight against Minnesota. It looks like free agent wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. is Cowboys, New York Giants, and Buffalo Bills have decided not to sign Beckham. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. This sports report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, we're slam dunk. Call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website at themvp.com for a free case review.
When you're the victim of a car accident, hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation.
Call me your MVP.
Leaving things half done? Not a good option. Like a half-baked peach cobbler.
A gummy crust? I don't think so.
A half-done hairdo.
All done.
Shouldn't the pearls be on both sides? Or a half of a domino?
Bam! Big six!
But where's the other half? Don't go halfway, especially with your immunity to COVID-19. Keep everyone safer this season by staying up to date with your vaccines and boosters. Visit myturn.ca.gov to find one near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes you a happy holiday and wants to bless you with one night only. Presented by Stevie Wonder's House Full of Toys benefit concert, Saturday, December 17th at Microsoft Theater. Download the KBLA Talk 1580.com mobile app to compare tickets. This has been a community call to action brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580.
Central Neighborhood Health Foundation is a full-service network of federally qualified health care centers that serves local communities throughout Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. CNHF clinics provide low-cost to no-cost, compassionate, comprehensive, quality health care, which includes primary care services for chronic disease and diabetes management, pediatric and women's services, preventive care, vision and dental screenings, COVID-19 testing and vaccines, flu vaccines, behavioral health, HIV, and substance use services. Virtual telehealth visits are available from the comfort of your home with highly qualified physicians and medical professionals. CNHF also provides peer support specialist training and help with housing navigation. Central Neighborhood Health Foundation. Your wellness is our priority. Comprehensive care built on trust and respect. For more information, visit cnhfclinics.org or call 213-536-5815.
Three-time WNBA champion, the Los Angeles Sparks, jump into their 27th season this summer with the most games ever in league history. Every seat in crypto is an incredible ticket into an experience of world-class professional basketball, jam-packed with in-game entertainment. Now is the time to get ahead of the holidays. Don't be the person grabbing a gas station gift card. Impress your family and friends with an unforgettable experience. Secure your seats now at lasparks.com/tickets.
Looking for legitimate political discourse without the bear spray? Tune in and speak out. KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes, indeed. Tune in and speak out. So MJ Scott on YouTube. You know, we're streaming on YouTube every day now, rain or shine, good hair day or bad. We're there. Just go to youtube.com and then type in KBLA 1580. Apparently, MJ Scott is in the chat. And wanted to bring back, we used to do Swahili Word of the Day. MJ Scott is recommending a Swahili Word of the Week. We could do that. It would be good preparation for the trip to South Africa. Yes, we're going to South Africa in 2023, and you can come. And Swahili is now spoken widely in South Africa. Swahili, of course, is the language that glues together African nations, meaning that most African countries, even within one country, have hundreds of different ethnic languages or tribal languages, right? And many of them don't speak each other's languages. They may speak the language of the colonizer. They may speak English or French or Dutch, but maybe they don't. When we were out in Maasai country in Tanzania, a lot of those kids did not speak English, did not speak any language other than their tribal language. In fact, the chief at his school in the national park there where the Maasai live, one of the big things was teaching the children Swahili so that if they want to go to the city or go outside of their tiny village, they can work and they can communicate with other Africans. So that's why Swahili is a good language to learn, because it's spoken in a lot of East Africa and in South Africa. So yeah, we can bring it back. I like the idea of doing it once a week, because it's really hard to keep track of a word every day. But, hey, you can do extra credit. You can do one every day. And for those who were not part of our Swahili Learning Initiative, which I launched when I came back from Tanzania, because I saw in real time how useful it was. We were walking around on the island of Zanzibar talking to people that we met in Swahili, our little broken Swahili, and people really appreciated it. It was just fun and also really useful. So obviously the first word you have to learn, because this is the KBLA delegation, and many of them may not have been part of Front Page or Street Science or Home Turf and many other shows I've done over the years. We start with the basic one, which is Jambo, Jambo. Jambo, it means hello, it means goodbye, it means peace. It's kind of like the way hip-hop turned peace into a universal, well, I guess people do that with shalom and, So it means peace. No, it means hello, goodbye. It means what's up and peace. It's Jambo, Jambo. That's why you sometimes hear me say Jambo when folks call. And by the way, if you're thinking you want to come with us to South Africa, you can. Go to AfricanFocus.org, AfricanFocus.org. You can be an African Focus Trailblazer when we go on our Trailblazer tour in June of 2023. Woo! I'm looking forward to it. I've never been to South Africa, and it is definitely going to be an amazing trip. We're also doing a brief stop in Zimbabwe, because I got to go to Victoria Falls, and you can come too. So, and in fact, I hope that you do, because it is just a great time. Even if you're going to go by yourself, you should consider going. And if you're thinking of going, check into it right away, because the price goes up at the end of December. And this is a collaboration between KBLA and African Focus Incorporated and me. And due to the airline's pricing policies, it goes up after December 31st. So if you're thinking of going, AfricanFocus.org is the number to call. And speaking of Twitter, I was talking smack about Twitter because they deserve it. Well, they have now dismantled their Trust and Safety Council. Elon Musk just said we're in a new phase. We're going to figure out how to do our work, and this ain't it. And this is something that Twitter's had since 2016. It's harassment experts. It's experts on suicide prevention, child sex exploitation, policy development, all kinds of experts, dozens of them. They've all been dismissed by Musk, and I guess he's just winging it. They don't have any clearly outlined priorities. They don't have any policies. If you go to the webpage now, you just find an error message, which says nothing to see here. Wow. Talking about, I really thought that a lot of our fears about what would happen to Twitter under Elon Musk were overblown, were hyperbole, but apparently they're not. Apparently they are not. That is crazy to me. That crypto guy, Sam Bankman-Fried, of course you heard he was charged with criminal fraud and money laundering. Love to hear what Naja Roberts has to say about it. But he was arrested and he was begging to get out of jail. They say, nope, you cannot. He's been charged with all kinds of financial crimes, campaign finance violations, all of this stuff. So interesting, though, because I saw a comment from Congresswoman Maxine Waters, who is over the Financial Services Committee, and she was pointing out that it was sort of odd that they arrested him so quickly when he was set to testify in front of her committee that very day. I don't know. I mean, I don't, I don't trade in conspiracy theories, but it was of note that Congresswoman Waters felt it was important to point out to us that this guy was arrested before he was allowed to testify in front of Congress, which means we won't get that public testimony, right? And you got to wonder, because usually you just don't see authorities act that quickly to grab somebody like that. Clearly it's a massive investigation, and they're calling out a bunch of different folks. But interesting, they couldn't wait until right after Congresswoman Waters' committee had a chance to interview this guy and get some info. Let's go to Carl calling us from L.A. Hi, Carl.
Hey, good morning to you, Dominique. Happy holidays.
Same.
Yeah, hey. I see the reparation task force is on the move. They're out there in Oakland this morning.
Yes, indeed.
So I got you. Yeah, more power to them. Hey, look, everybody needs to wear their mask so they can avoid this virus that's putting everybody on ventilators. I mean, that flu's going around and everything else. I'm not trying to catch it, but everybody needs to wear their mask. Make sure they got their mask on. Hey, I heard your guest, Dominique, talking about hate crime, something about Kanye West. They're blaming it on him because of the hate crime.
That's what
black folks.
Yeah, that's what LAPD Chief, Moore said yesterday. He said that he blamed it on the hate conversation online and Kanye West. And I'm like,
ain't that something?
You're not going to take any responsibility at all? None.
Yeah.
And also, what about white supremacy? The philosophy, the movement, the organizations? What about that?
Hey, look, all of them organizations, they've been there forever. I mean, they got them all in prison. They're coming home from prison, and they're coming right here to the streets with the mess. And, the police ain't going to protect us. I mean, if you call the police and tell them some white guy's trying to beat you up or something like that, they're not coming here to protect you. So the only thing we can try to do is defend ourselves.
What's his badge number? That's what they're going to tell you.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. Yeah, they're part of the problem. Hey, I caught what he said. I mean, they're going to just blame it on Kanye. I don't know. I thought maybe he was talking about that other rapper that is in court now with Megan Thee Stallion.
Tory Lanez.
Shot her in the foot.
Yeah.
Wow.
So crazy, right? And people questioning whether she even got shot, but the hospital report shows bullet fragments in her foot. So whatever you think of Megan Thee Stallion, she ain't lying. You didn't put those bullet fragments in her own foot. That it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, that's something else. Okay, Dominique. Peace out, love all the time.
Yeah, good to hear from you, Carl. And thank you for helping us elect a new mayor to the city of Los Angeles.
Always.
Yeah, we did that. I mean, look, this is a trend that's happening all across the country. Progressives in local offices, black folks in local offices, black mayors is a huge moment right now in our nation. And this is so encouraging to me because it is the most concrete example of think globally, act locally. Yes, see the big picture, but organize, sweep around your own front door. And it's very, very important in times when Washington becomes dysfunctional. I feel like that's one of the reasons why Karen Bass, the congresswoman, decided to step down and become Karen Bass, the mayor, because here locally is where we can get things done. And those things that we accomplish actually impact our day-to-day life in a real way, much more concretely than what Marjorie Taylor Greene, and her band of fascists decide to do. I mean, yeah, it's Kanye. It's not, it's not Ron DeSantis. It's not Donald Trump. It's not the Proud Boys. It's Kanye. And I'm not saying Kanye is not a white supremacist. He seems to be spouting white supremacist ideology right now. But is he the motherboard? Is he the king bee? Is there such a thing as a king bee? Is he the queen bee? I don't know. I don't think so. Come on, give me... Woo, context, family, context. Yeah, it's not too late to call me, 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. If you don't, you know, we got a lot to talk about. There's always so much more that I have lined up to talk to you about, and just, it's funny because I have 3 hours. I used to have an hour and a half show, and I still always have more to talk about. That's because there's so much going on in the world, so much of a need for us to be informed, but also to be encouraged. So Shanquella Robinson, this is a case I have not talked enough about. This is a woman from North Carolina who died on a trip to Mexico with a group of her friends. Friends has air quotes around it. This happened in October. Now her mom sat down with Nancy Grace, and her mom said that she is seeking the arrest of the whole friend group. Mexican authorities have charged one person, indicted one person, and they're calling for the United States to extradite that person to Mexico so that they can be prosecuted. Interesting that apparently, according to Shanquella Robinson's mother, her friend group was planning to attend her funeral. And then when the autopsy came out showing that she died not from alcohol poisoning but from a broken neck, they all bounced. Nobody knows where they are. More on this, more of your phone calls. Got a lot to talk about. KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
The Institute for Diversity Certification is all about the 3 Ds: dedication, determination, and discipline. Learn more about our globally recognized diversity certification program today by calling 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192, or visit diversitycertification.org. As the #1 organization and also certified diversity executive credentials, diversitycertification.org will provide an opportunity for you to demonstrate dedication to the field, determination to make progress, and more discipline to your process. Go today and learn more about the diversity certification system. Call 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192. Or go to diversitycertification.org. That's diversitycertification.org. The standard of excellence, equity, diversity, and inclusion.
Get ready for holiday feast season with Pepto-Bismol.
Uncle Derek's here with his famous fried turkey. Hey, Aunt Mary brought the mac and cheese. Donna's here with the potato salad.
Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief for unexpected stomach upsets. So enjoy the holidays. Pepto has you covered, no matter who made the potato salad.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto-Bismol. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Bring in the new year with Ted Williams. He's coming to Ontario in the Toyota Arena December 30th. And in Los Angeles in the Microsoft Theater December 31st.
I don't know what I'm going to do. One time and see if it don't change your perception of what's important in your life. You just, I don't know what I'm going to do about this life. I got 12 candles. I've been waiting to burn them.
He's back with an all-new show. It's the award-winning comedian, Ted Williams.
Just so you knew they was lying, they said that don't even make mathematical sense. They said there's a chicken wing shortage, but we got plenty bags.
Ted Williams with his Tony Davidson, Tony Roberts, Bethany Springs, and Pretty Ricky in Ontario. Get tickets at Ticketmaster. In Los Angeles at AXS.com. Bring in the new year with Ted Williams.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DiPrima right now.
So it's talking about Shanquella Robinson, saying her name. And, you know, we were arguing on Fox Soul about whether or not it's victim blaming to say, know your friends. Know who your friends are. that, she shouldn't have to be given responsibility for her own death, and I get that. I do. I don't mean to victim blame or shame. I do think, though, it's relevant to know who our friends are, who our real friends are, and what we define as friends. That said, and by the way, I'll be back on Fox Soul Friday this week. Yeah, day after tomorrow, 4 o'clock Pacific time, 7 Eastern p.m. But her mom was talking to Nancy Grace, Shanquella Robinson's mom, and what she said was that when the young women got back from Mexico, one of them brought Shanquella's belongings. They were coming by the house every day to comfort the family, to comfort the mom and the dad. And they had picked out clothes for her funeral. They all planned to attend. And her parents, Salamandra Robinson and Bernard Robinson, were kind of leaning on these girls. But once the autopsy report came back, the girls ghosted them. They didn't go to the funeral. Once they found out she had died of a broken spinal cord in the neck, those young women disappeared. The Mexican authorities have issued an arrest warrant. They call it femicide, murdering a woman. And there is an FBI investigation as well. But the parents say they want all of those young ladies, the so-called friends, extradited, prosecuted either here or in Mexico. And it was beautiful to see scores of people coming out to celebrate her life at the Little Rock AME Zion Church this past weekend and calling for justice for Shanquella Robinson, a young woman who, is an entrepreneur, a very successful young lady, and who was lovingly remembered by her family and her community. It's not too late to call me. 800-920-1580. You're always welcome to call me. I'm Dominique DiPrima, and you're listening to KBLA Talk 1580. We're unapologetically progressive.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where we turn red lights to green lights and keep it moving.
California has millions of homes that could be damaged in a strong earthquake, and earthquakes are inevitable in the Golden State. An older home is especially vulnerable to earthquake damage, so you may need to take steps to strengthen it and help reduce the chance of damage. Visit strengthenmyhouse.com to learn about better protecting your home from earthquake damage. Less than you think and can often be completed in a few days. You've worked hard to get a home. Now's the time to protect it. Get prepared today so you can worry less tomorrow. Visit strengthenmyhouse.com.
At Cedars-Sinai, we're honored to be named the #1 hospital in California and the #2 hospital in the nation in U.S. News and World Report's Best Hospitals Honor Roll. We're also proud to be named #1 in 6 specialties in Los Angeles. Thank you to our physicians, nurses, academic leaders, and thousands of other team members who bring their best to Cedars-Sinai every day. Learn more about our top-ranked care at cedars-sinai.org.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us in celebrating the season of giving by being part of the solution. As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and well wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours, now through December 20th. All of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net, and together we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step.
but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
We knew you'd stick around. This is LA's home for Progressive Talk Radio. Welcome back to KBLA Talk 1580.
Oh, yeah, before I forget, Morocco plays France at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. The African/Arab nation trying to defeat their former colonizer. You can do so today. Okay, let's go to calling us from Gardena. Jambo. There goes our Swahili word of the week. Jambo.
Jambo right back at you, Ndugu. Yes. They wanted to dispute a thing. I know we're up against the top of the hour right now. Excuse me. So, the word peace as a greeting and closing. I mean, it didn't come directly from hip hop, and I'll explain that a little further. So there's a group that, of course, I'm a part of as well. So I have a kind of a stake in this. Called the 5% Nation.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, people that say the black man is God. They've been consistently in LA since '89.
Many years ago, I dated a 5% guy. He was a great boyfriend, actually.
Yes. I would hope he was.
He was.
We all worry about our reputation. Well, okay. So to explain it, that it even predates the hippie use of it. Of course, the hippies coming to prominence in around Woodstock and kind of the protests, everything back at that time. So 5% Nation starts around 1963, 64. And they were saying peace as a greeting and a closing. And the hip-hop angle is that they were around many of those parties, almost kind of like how the FOI would be in events, in later time. But, kind of around there is,
there were tons of 5%ers around around the hip-hop nation always. Artists, managers, all kinds of folks, promoters,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, people like Mel Quan and Bilal Allah used to write for rap pages, people like that. Just all over hip hop, just kind of part of New York culture in general. And that was much of how that influence kind of came upon the eventual starting of hip hop. Which, I mean, if we think about it, all those elements of hip hop really existed prior to when the party in the West Bronx, which Kara was corrected from South Bronx, when that party happened in '73. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I know 5%ers tend not to.
Yeah, I mean, I was also trying to say,
right.
I think shalom, and there's lots of different languages where they say peace as a greeting also. So I didn't mean to say it was only hip hop. So your point is taken, Cornell.
It's all good. I guess I'll get back to anything else next time. But I will say, however, that it is not, unfortunately, not strange of the Chief Moore to kind of remove any wider, I guess, origin elements from responsibility. If a non-white one is there, that's very convenient. Particularly a black one, you'll find that they often take it and try to paint, us or others as the face of anything bad. It's just one of those white conservative things to do where they try to remove themselves from all responsibility or blame or anything blameworthy. And it's unfortunate that all that personal responsibility trash you're talking. Not saying Michael Moore is a conservative, but that they behave that way.
Well, conservatives relative to what, right? I mean, he's conservative relative to probably me.
I mean, I don't know his politics, but it's kind of one of those typical white blind spot things.
Yeah.
Again, back to the white liberal point from last week that they tend to jump to, like this white blindness, white racial innocence, all that garbage. To be continued, because I know you got a DVD dive to get into, but thank you for your time.
Thank you, Kwamel. Assalamu alaikum, which means peace to you. So there you go. Peace. Shalom. Jambo. KBLA Talk 15.